Hey guys, what is up? Today I have another video for you talking about how to maximize your battery life on any phone. This includes iOS, Android, and also applies to tablets, and also applies a lot to computers and just about anything you take with you on a daily basis. Now, basically, let's get right into it. Basically, the biggest thing, the biggest battery drainer is the actual screen itself. I mean, a lot of the newer phones have very, very high resolution screens. Even the the older iPhone 4 has a Retina display, which has a really high PPI. So the biggest battery drainer is the actual screen itself. So one of the best ways to maximize your battery life is just to simply uh, lower your brightness to a very, very low point, or at least uh, a very optimal for you. And normally, if it's under half, it should be okay. Now, something that a lot of people have on is idle brightness. I really do not recommend enabling that because it's more of a convenience than it's helping your battery, because it'll continually look for different it'll continually search for the ambient light, and it'll search exactly how much light there is, and it'll just continually drain your battery. So I recommend turning that off. And also, like, some basic ones is like why turn that off if you're not using Wi-Fi. Turn off Bluetooth if you're not using it. If you're in an area with no signal or very weak signal, I definitely turn on airplane mode, because if not, it'll continually try to look for a signal and uh try to or if it even has signal, it'll try to strengthen it, and it'll have a hard time actually continually holding it. So also you should vibrate only if there is no sound, like, such as if you want your phone to have vibrate, that is a bad idea, because vibrate vibration really it physically moves your phone, so it's using a lot of battery to vibrate. So I would recommend turning that on, just keeping on the sound. Also, if you go into privacy, location services, and you scroll all the way down to system services, a lot of these you can turn off, because a lot of these, like, people really don't use that much, like compass calibration, location-based IAS, popular memory, setting time zone, traffic, Wi-Fi networking. A lot of these you can turn on. Like a setting time zone, I doubt you really leave your time zone that often, and if you do, you can just manually set it. Or um, there's a lot of other battery drainers, such as mail. Um, you go down all the way to the bottom. No, it's somewhere around here where you can. Oh, here goes fetch new data. You can change it so it can fetch at different times. Normally, you should always click on manual, because if not, it's going to continually try to fetch data without even asking you. So I definitely recommend turning that off. And what else is there? What else? Really, that's basically like, Android has the setting where you can go into, like, the battery option and look exactly to see what's your biggest battery drainer. That's a good indication of what exactly your battery is what exactly is using up all your battery. Now let's talk about charging for a second. Charging, it is definitely a good idea to, when you're charging, just to leave your phone alone, because that'll make it charge more efficiently and better. And also, that if you have an Android phone or something with a removable battery, or even if your iPhone's getting kind of old, or basically anything, it's always a good idea to just swap out the battery. Or with Android, it's also a good idea just, like, have an extra one on hand. That way you can charge that one up, and then if your phone ever dies, you can switch out to that one. And then if you switch out to it, maybe just leave it in there for a second. Don't automatically go back to the original one, so that way they can both have equal amount of charge and equal amount of usage, so they both last longer. Um, Also, I recommend, if your cable's not working for some reason, definitely get a new one, because, and don't try to don't leave your phone charging all night. That'll just over overcharge the phone, basically, and it'll mess up the battery. Um, and something else you can try to do is if your battery's really low, then don't use your phone, don't or at least don't use a lot of, like, don't use the camera, don't use well, don't use basically the most battery draining things. Don't get on the web. Don't look at Instagram. Don't do that. That really drains your battery. Also, I would recommend buying a somewhat of a power pack. There's a lot of different ones. Like there's this one was like a cheap little like 10-15 buck one that I got at Walgreens. And then if you want a more high end, more bulky version, this is the Anker backup battery that I did a review on just a little bit ago, not too long ago. And also, yeah, I mean it's there's really a ton of ways to like really maximize your battery life on any phone. Sometimes you're just going into settings, looking and turning some stuff off. Sometimes some stuff you don't need. Sometimes you've never used before. Sometimes you didn't even know exists. So I definitely recommend to look at that and see if there's anything that you can turn off. And well, that's going to do it for this video. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure to leave a comment down below of what you'd like to see next. Maybe if there's something specific you'd like to see, definitely let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one.